What's up, everybody? Randy here with Nerds Templar, and today begins the Pokemon Monotype Challenges. We begin here with Water, our first type, and we're going to name ourselves, in honor of that, Rain, not to be confused with Ran. We decided to go with Violet version. It's going to give us a little easier time getting the Pokemon we want. There's several different roles. If you've watched the level 2 IronMon challenge on stream, you've seen those roles in action. Of course, we have one extra role, being that we can only catch water-type Pokemon, and we have some special roles for Pokemon catching in these challenges here, these type challenges that are a little different than our regular challenges. Finally click through the first of all the text. We get to see our starter Pokemon here, and as we go through this, I'll just give you a quick rundown of those rules. We have no items during battle. We have no one-time items we can pick up, so only sparkle items. We can only get one Pokemon per evolution line. No legendaries or gift Pokemon. No auto battling for leveling. No training on wild Pokemon in general for levels. And no raid or wild Tera Pkmn. We've also added in no buying from the Pokemart. No power items for training. And also, we're going to be trying to do manually doing set mode, which means we can't swap out our Pokemon whenever if we get a knockout, and the game tells us what Pokemon's about to come in, we aren't able to make a switch out there. Just like if you were in a competitive battle. And one extra thing we're adding is we're just not doing any extra saves in these playthroughs. So it's just a straight through. If we lose, we lose. We got to start over. You know, we got to try again, pay our money for our loss, and try again. All right. Obviously, we'll be going with, in our water type challenge here, we'll be going with Quaxly as our starter. When we get a starter that matches the type, that does give us one extra Pokemon we can get. So the way Pokemon catching will work, we can get 12 Pokemon only in the Paldea region, max of 3 in the south, 3 in the east, 3 in the west, 3 in the north, and 2 in Area 0. You can't get any more than those numbers, those areas. You can get only 12. And that goes for Paldea. 6 allowed in Kitakami, no more than 2 per area. We have the areas sort of delineated. And then same with Blueberry Academy. 6 allowed total, no more than 2 per biome, or in the case of the cave. Now, I've kept autosave on because I don't actually think that's going to matter for a run. We're just not using the saves. So, all right, here we go. Quaxly, our first water buddy. We see this water duck Pokemon, and we think to ourselves, man, I really like water Pokemon. I think I'm going to be a water Pokemon trainer. Alright, Quaxly, in his first challenge, can't pick up that item, no one-time items. Alright, here we go, and for your sakes, of course, we're trying to chop this down as much as possible, these videos. Alright, Quaxly boy, let's do it. Yeah, it's my first Pokemon battle, take it easy on me, please. Water Gun Quaxly. Nice, I'm using a lot of water gums in this run here. Get ourselves all decked out in water gear once we get to Mesagoza. 2-shot water gun. Ooh. Oh, it's going to get an Ember off for our water gun. That's interesting. How did that happen? A fast boy Coco. Or a slow Quaxly. Just maybe. Not bad, neighbor. Alright, and I will join back up with you in a moment. So, one thing to keep in mind here, since we can only catch 2 Pokemon in the south, and we also have to take on a bug and grass type gym to start. We can only get 3 then, of course, in the south, but I think for this challenge, the water challenge here is going to be the easiest of them. We're going to be going from the easiest, hopefully, to the hardest is the goal. Water being the easiest, it's going to be a nice way for us to start here. It's going to get much, much harder though, even just with this challenge. But as far as catching the first 3 Pokemon go, we can probably get out of our 12 maximum here in Paldea. I think we can, and that does not include the starter. I think we can just go with 3 right in South Province, and we can go with Marill, a Azumarill eventually, a Wingull for Pelipper, and also maybe just get a Magikarp for a Gyarados. Or in fact, we don't have to do that. We could go with a Totodile for Dreadnought instead. Yep, getting the hang of it. No water Pokemon here, Nemona. Again, also, one thing to note about Pokemon type catching, we can only catch Pokemon based on their last evolution type, unless we don't plan on using that last evolution. I'm thinking of, for example, you could think of like a Tyranitar loses its ground type and goes rock dark. So we couldn't use Pupitar or Tyranitar for that matter for ground, but we could use a Pupitar for ground. And also we can only Tera into the type that we're running as, so only water Tera. So the catching rules are slightly different. It will be slightly difficult. Sometimes we may not be able to get all the ones we want. But in cases like this, water has just so many more Pokemon. So choosing 12 is a little more challenging than it will in some cases be where there's not even that many maybe to choose from. As we're following our buddy here, I'm looking into a few other things. So it is probably going to be Magikarp, Totodile, and Azurill for us here to start. Again, because we're considering Azumarill's typing, we can catch Azurill to start here on our water challenge. The problem is, if we wanted, we could probably wait until Marill to try to get that water type Tera. Swift, we are allowed to use TMs that we're given. The only way we can get them is to be given them, though. And by the way, let's get rid of this Lechonk. Forgot about that. Dark Waxley there. That's what he looks like. His speed is, he does have a bad speed nature, so maybe that is why we were in a speed tie there with Wakoko. Let's see if we can get lucky enough to find a Wingull somewhere. It's also going to allow our Waxley to get a little extra experience before this Arven battle, give us another Pokemon before it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's go back down to Nemona's house. Go back down to where we battled earlier. May even be able to catch ourselves a Magikarp here. There's no restrictions on where we catch the Pokemon, just by areas. So, I'm sorry, provinces. So south, east, west, and north. We can catch all 3 in the South Province Area 1 if we wanted to. I don't know if I do want to, but I could. There's a Wingull there. We just have to get them. Just have to get one. Come here, Wingull. Wait, we can get closer. Yeah, come here, Wingull. Maybe get a Magikarp, possibly. Oh yeah, there's one. Cool. So we can get ourselves 2 Pokemon right off the bat here. If I can just reach. And this, again, even right before Arven as well. There is one more thing maybe here. Ooh. Oh, we can always do that to try to just respawn him closer to us. Oh, how about this one? What are you up to? You coming over to see what's happening here, Wingull? Hey. Hey there, Wingull. Hey there, Wingull. Hey, what? Ugh, get out of the water. Come on. Come on, Wingull. Come here. No, come back. Right there. Oh, we're gonna go too deep, and we don't know how to swim, so we need a better throwing arm. Maybe we can. No. Oh! Hey, you Wingull. Oh, what? Hey. All right, cool. It's a level 6 female Wingull, just like the one in our level 1 hard mode run. Oh boy, Waxley. Can you do it? You have 2 level 6 Pokemon, not bad. Waxley's attack has fallen. Now, of course, this is pretty good for the Bug and the Grass type, having the Flying type. Gyarados, Magikarp into Gyarados at level 20 at least will also give us that. Totodile with a Rock type would be nice. The Dreadnought with the Rock type would be nice against the Bug Gym. But we're not actually going to quite be there, and Totodile doesn't learn any Rock-type moves, so As much as we do want Choodle, in fact, Choodle, Dreadnought will maybe be a pretty good part of the team here. We could probably wait on that. I think that's why we're going to go with Magikarp and a Wingull here. Got Work Up and a Wingull. And we will, of course, be moving all the Pokemon in the Pokedex over for a Shiny Charmander. Again, Wingull there. Another one, level 4, not as good as ours. Arrokuda there, we don't need you. We need... There's a Wingull up there, too. Let's try to see if maybe we can get a Magikarp sitting right next to the thing like that. We can wait a little bit on Meryl. We can wait on Choodle. We'll see which one of those we want to go with for a third Pokemon here in the south. Doing a little carp hunting. You actually see a Quillfish is out there too. You saw Arrokuda earlier, Quillfish, Buizel. There's actually many options of water Pokemon down. If you can get them to pop up close enough to you, you can get them very early here in the game for your own run. Wingull's just like, hi, how about me? Already got you, sorry buddy. Now the worst thing that could happen is like a shiny Magikarp or something spawning out there and we can't reach it. Oh no! What if we just try like right here? That's like the only place I've ever really seen Pokemon pop up, so that's why I was trying over in that corner. Maybe this side too? Yeah, you could try this side, maybe better for Magikarp. Whoa! They do seem like they might come a little closer here. Yeah, look. Oh, so close. So close! There he is. Level 3, I'll take it. Alright, nice. Team of 3 prepared already. And we'll be getting, of course, yes, all the Pokemon in the Dex, so we can get the Shiny Charm, do some shiny hunting while we're at it, as always, in every playthrough. Now, if only we had a way to heal our Pokemon. But I don't think we need to. I think we can take Arven down, no problem here with what we have. Remember, no items in battle. We do actually have 5 potions to start off, though. I might use one on Wingull just in case we need them. And again, we do have autosave going, but we're just not using really any extra saves, so it doesn't really matter. Just running straight through the game. Autosaves are really just for purposes of, like, if something crazy happens, maybe we lose power or something, who knows. Okay, Arven. He's not that hard, but we will get extra experience now on those new Pokemon we got. That's a good reason to get your Pokemon as soon as possible. You know, your first team of 6 at least. And speaking of course, we talked about 2 more that we're probably going to be getting soon. Meryl and Dreadnought. Meryl and Choodle. Maybe get a Dreadnought, I don't know. Depends on how long we wait on that, I suppose. In fact, we may be able to find Dreadnought in the East Province somewhere, or even the West. Barboach and Shelter are 2 other ones we're considering soon. Alright. Battle number 2. Battling our second friend now. Friend to be. We will work up Quaxley a little bit. Got this, Duckling. The bite. Nice. Not very good damage. What we want to see, Squavit a little tanky, but that's fine. We got this. Nice shot there, Quaxley. Double water gun for the win. Good job, Duckling. I do know a thing or 2, maybe 2, 3 things, perhaps, depending how you count them. But I do think we have to get the Meryl soon. That'll definitely be one of our important party members, and I'm thinking about Barboach for number 6. But then we also have some special Pokemon to make sure we can get in different areas. We're gonna have plenty of Pokemon left to catch in other areas, such as the East, the West, the North, now that we are already getting, well, probably one more in the South, but we don't necessarily need to. One thing we need to make sure we do here for the water type, and every challenge is going to have its Pokemon that we definitely have to get. We're always going to start with the rarest ones that we need to get in specific areas. Or maybe not so rare, but you know, just ones that don't have too many places, such as Bruxish and Luminion specifically. Luminion can only be found, I believe, in the West Sea, and you can only find Toxapex and Marini in the East. So we definitely have to make sure we get those two in those two respective places. So we could always go grab a Marini for one of our first 6. I'm sure the quickest would just be to find a Marill and then a Barboach in a river somewhere. I say there's no reason not to get Chewtle as quick as possible, right? Question is, do we get more experience as we run through the game, or would we find a higher level one just later on? I don't know. Before we battle, I think we can. Again, we have one more catch we can make in the entire South Province. Catch them all before we even get to Los Platos. That'd be okay. We'll save. We'll wait on Marill, because we do want Marill. We'll grab Chewtle. Marill can be in the east. Marill can be basically anywhere. We'll get that, and then we'll also get Barboach, probably, maybe. And that'll be our 6 to start. Of course, there's Wiglets down here if you want to go that route. Easy to grab all these guys from here as well. Everything we were looking at. But not what we're looking for this time. I could be wrong. I thought Chewtle popped up here. I might be wrong about that. Let's continue on, I guess. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know if I did ever see any Chewtle here. I'd have to wait till we get up near Mesagoza. The moat around Mesagoza might have some. In fact, if we play this safely enough, which we should be able to, we can probably just go right up there now. Again, save all these trainers for when we have more Pokemon to train. Any Chewtle here? I don't think Chewtle spawn here, but maybe. That one, oh yeah, they do spawn here, because that one kid says he's got a real rare Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure it is rare, and it's from like here, or even the river bank, but it's just super hard to find. Yeah, I'm almost positive you can find a Chewtle back there if you're lucky. We're gonna pass on that, I suppose. It's taking a bit too long. All right, but we can, again, like I said, go up, I think, near Mesagoza here and still grab one quick before we fight any trainers. Fly our way back down here once we're ready. And get a bunch of experience. And probably any little water area you can find some. You also have, if you wanted to keep it a Surskit and use a Surskit your entire run, you could get one of those. Masquerain is not a water type though. We're gonna go down here. I'll bet you we'll find a Chewtle now. Should be one of the more common. Surskit and Chewtle should be 2 of the common spawns down here, I believe. Psyduck as well. Yep. Barely dipped our toes in the water and that was too much. Alright, well that's fine, We can always just wait, but I'd rather really not if we could find one. Again, pretty unlucky, I guess. I thought there'd be big spawns of them here. Not quite. And check this other side too, and you do want to watch how close you get to the Mesagoza gate, because there is that's where your next mission is, right? You will be battling Nemona when you go there. So you might want to be prepared for that. There's one little pond up that way as well we could maybe check. It would really be nice to have the Pokemon beforehand, just again for that extra experience. Pokemon don't split experience in battle, so you want as many as you can have in your party. Alright, doesn't look like there are any Chewtle here. That's too bad. Right, what are the chances it'll pop up here? What else does? Maybe we'll even see a Barboach here. Who knows? Yeah, it looks like all the same stuff. I do think you can get a Chewtle. There's the kid that has one. He found it. He battled his Chewtle. You gotta be able to find one somewhere, but we're not as lucky as he is. Alright, I look pretty hard for a Chewtle unsuccessfully. Let's just battle these trainers here. Of course, the bug-type gym not as worrisome for us, I suppose, right? More that grass type. I don't know. By the time we get to Artisan, hopefully Wingull and Gyarados doesn't actually learn any flying type moves, which is unfortunate, but can maybe at least withstand some of the attacks, if nothing else. always try. Let's put Magikarp in first. Get it leveled up a little faster. It's not like these trainers are that hard, right? Great if we did find a Choodle, though, on our way past. Choodle. No? Alright, it's too bad. Again, no soft reset on whiteout, which could be decent, could be good, and could be detrimental in those other playthroughs, those other hard mode challenges we do. But here it's just not something we do. We just have a regular playthrough, no resetting at any point, no saving, no extra saving, no resetting, nothing like that. Just if you lose, you lose. You have to try it again. You lose your money. It's one of the worst parts, right? We don't want to do that, but that's fine. Keep using disarming voice. Won't matter. Level 5 Lechonk. Tough guy. Yeah, well, isn't going to matter if he's not going to use any physical attacks. Resets that growl we used earlier. Alright, we got this. We're just going to make sure we do with quick attack. Alright, got Wingull and Magikarp. What fun strategies we can come up with our full water type team, right? By the way, speaking of, let's say obviously he's water. That's one nice thing about just catching a Magikarp. You know you're going to have the water Tera. Quaxly's of course going to have water because it's that's the same for all the starters. We'll only just have their starter type, which is nice. That's what we want. Of course, with the later runs, the dark type, the fighting type, and the ghost type, we won't have that Tera option. And Wingull is a flying type. Wah, wah. That's one we're not going to be able to use Tera-wise. That's fine. Probably wouldn't really need it anyway. Tera Wingull. Again, only water type Tera allowed. Nice Pelipper. Continuing on through these trainers. Again, just really wish we would have a Choodle already. Missing out on some experience. It's a Bonsly. Not what we need. Rare spawn though, I guess. I do want to challenge you to a Pokemon battle. I think there's only one person on this in this little area here that has more than one Pokemon. Other than Nimona. Bound Sweet though, not going to be easy for us. Maybe we have to go Wingull here. That's going to be the one nice thing. We have the water and flying to at least offset some grass, super effective grass moves. It'll be important. Even better in Wingull's case, it'll actually have flying attacks, unlike Gyarados. Eventually. Not good for us here, though. Play nice. Stop, please. Water Gun may end up doing more here in a second, yeah. That was a crit, yeah. Thank you, anyway. Splash and Play Nice, is that what we're dealing with here? Maybe you need a different move on there. Alright, there, Wingull. Okay, I think we need to make a switch. If it doesn't have a grass attack, we're fine. Quaxly is also the stronger of the physical attackers anyway. Still play. That's fine, hopefully we can get a nice big pound right here. Oh, close enough. Close enough. I think that Lechonk just winked at me. Alright, good job, guys. Nice experience for everybody. Check the water one more time. Oh, here he is. Go ahead. Show it off. Where'd you get it, though, dude? Alright, Wingull. Not great, but not bad. Just a water type there on the Totodile, so water gun would not be regular effectiveness like it would be on Dreadnought. Alright, easy enough. Always check that. There it is. Lives by water and in wetlands. It's literally all the water. Not the one, not around Mexicoza there where we looked briefly, but pretty much everywhere else, as you can see. I wonder if maybe we go over to those swampy area there. Oh, hello there, Oricorio. Can get you guys, but not a not a Totodile. All right, without Miraidon, it is a bit of a trek to get there, but that's fine. We'll do it. Get back to you when we're there. You're not aware it is on this other side, the high side of that river, that stream. Just stay up on the top there toward Los Platos. This is going to open up a lot more Pokemon options for you, for us, for a lot of different runs. So here in a moment. We've got some, Flamigo down here. We've got some ruins, so some Drowsy perhaps. Hopefully a Totodile for us. Well, look at that. Nice. 7, not bad, not bad. We just try to catch him. Her again. All females except Quaxley so far. There it is, nice. Totodile. And good, it's already level 7, so not like it needed all that extra training, and that wasn't bad at all. So clearly, just I would imagine a higher rate of spawning down here. We have more trainers if we wanted to fight these guys down here. I think we'll pass on that. We have plenty of other Pokemon options. Hey there, Magikarp, we see ya. We see ya. Maybe we did get lucky. I don't see any other Totodile down here. Cool. And again, just so you know, also have these ruins here. Have some Drowsy if you're very early, low level early Drowsy for a psychic type run. Drowsy, Ralts. 2 right off the bat. Alright, we've flown back to Los Platos. Now, I think we fought the trainers on the other side already, so we'll head up this way. This is the guy with 2 Pokemon. Definitely cool Azurill there. Try out that Totodile guy. Like, pretty strong move this early in the game. Not very effective though again. Oh yeah, Azurill is of course a fairy type as well. We will let's go with that tackle, maybe. Water gun might be a little better. Yeah, we'll water gun next. Much of better there, stab of course. And now we got a Houndour. Alright. Again, set mode. Can't switch anyway here unless we want to switch now. We'll switch while the Pokemon's already in, but that's fine. We'll just take it out. Totodile Dreadnought gonna be double strong against fire types. I would imagine Wingull and Gyarados, when we get them, are going to play big parts in these first 2 gyms for us. We do have Time Rube in the Janitor. Nice backflip. Wingull's just a bit too low right now. Not bad, not bad. Nice flinch. It's Water Gun. Maybe Bite was the better choice there again. Yeah. Potential for another flinch. That's fine. I think we got just the one more guy at the very top near the Pokemon Center left to go, right? On the route, at least, there's other trainers that will go off the path. How many do we need here? Already got 4. We've defeated 6. Thunder Wave. Nice. We might be able to use it. Maybe not right now, but at some point, right? Let's fight this guy before Nemona. Damage, nice damage. Power trip. That's not going to do anything. 3-shot knockout here. Job again, Wingull. Wingull, our special attacker, special defender, also in a sense, pretty fast as well. Johto, almost the opposite, attacker and defender. It's physical. Also kind of fast, I think. Not super fast, but not terrible. Kind of slow. Nothing like Wingull. He's definitely our slowest. But also one of the bulkiest. Alright, now we gotta hope we can beat Nemona. We can, of course, we can always go fight more trainers to just get a little stronger, but I think we're fine. We are going to start with Wingull. Let's start with Johto. If things go too poorly for us here, we can always sort of use Magikarp as a bit of a sacrifice to get another switch in, because we can't switch during her switch. Between her Pokemon, that is. Shouldn't have too many issues here. Go faster. Thing's definitely not too slow. It'd be nice if there was a way to turn off all the extra dialogue in the battles like this whenever you're battling in the story. It's gonna be, I think we should be fine here. We're gonna just use Emberleer's wasted move. Not gonna worry, it's not gonna matter too much when it comes to palming either. However, palming is not going to be easy at all. Oh no! That's fine, we can relearn that. We don't really need it here, I don't think. It's gonna Tera into electric. As long as we can get a couple attacks off, maybe we get it. It'll just be better than us though. Again, the biggest problem of course is that she happens to have an electric type Palmy. You know, Tera electric Palmy in the very beginning of the game, so good luck water type challengers. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can get through Tera Thundershocks on any of our Pokemon here. All we can really do is quick attack. Doesn't do enough. Thundershock, one shot on Wingull for sure here. Quaxly's already out-leveled the Palmy. Nothing we can do. Just take a bunch of Tera Thundershocks. Oh, and then get paralyzed, of course. Why not? Why not? Fully paralyzed! Great, great. Can't even get one hit. Just like, she's just gonna straight up cheat for one. Like, yeah, I'm gonna use my Tera Orb now because you beat me that last time, so I'm mad. See how much better I am than you? No more Pokemon that can fight. what happens here. 72 money. Overwhelmed by your defeat. We were overwhelmed. Had to okay, this is what I was wondering, if you actually had to beat that battle or not. Guess the hill wore you out a bit, huh? No, the fact that you have a Tera Orb and a Tera Electric Pkmn against my entire water team is a problem. It revives his thanks. Thanks a lot, Nemona. Thanks a lot for beating me up real good. We figured that would happen. She's probably not going to get the best of us ever again. Maybe in the flying challenge. Maybe in the flying challenge. That's about it. The times, like, whenever that's probably going to be, who knows, but one of the hardest battles in the entire run. I mean, yeah, without a chance to, you know, train or get Pokemon that are more than just water type with water moves. And everything being kind of just so weak in general. Yeah, those Thunder Shocks do massive damage. Nemona just likes to, just wants to prove she's better than us while she still can, before she gets stomped the rest of the time, right? Alright, time to go to the school and get all this out of the way, and then we're truly on the way. And I'm also going to get some new clothes to wear. Some water-type clothes for us. I don't know what I'm thinking, of course. We got one more thing to do, don't we? Oh yeah, that's right. Now we get our Tera Orb. After Nemona felt bad about beating us up with hers. She's going to get us one now, so we can beat these Team Star people up in return. Be nice and easy. After having to deal with Nemona. Literally the only problem with Nemona is that it's the electric type, Tera Electric Pkmn. Against our poor little water guys. Alright, Choodle. Choodle versus Strudel. You're slower. That's not to be a surprise. Nice bite damage. Let's just do it again. Clear from Strudel again. Choodle's defense falls again. Doesn't matter. I love that she's only mad at us because we were fighting somebody other than her. Take your chances with the new kid. Famous last words, my friend. Get something else in there. A little more experience here on Wingull. We could have attacked with Choodle. At least once. Oh wow, that was some damage. There we go. For that bite. Okay, nice. Good, pretty good. I'm a little worried about the double defense drop though. Even on Choodle. Switching Quaxley now. Should have the damage to maybe one-shot Yungoos here. If we Tera Water Gun, yeah. Bite. Okay, yeah, that would have probably done some crazy damage. Let's go Tera Water Gun. Can you outspeed Yungoos maybe? Quaxley? I know you're not really one for outspeeding anybody, but maybe you could help us out here a little bit. There you go. Be no problem there. Good job, young duck. Nice levels. Oh, forgot you were there. Okay, now it is time to go to school. And I will return to you afterward, after we have been initiated and gone through an entire semester or so's worth of classes. To the treasure hunt! Alright. We've got our water trainer outfit donned. Got some light blue socks there. Decided to go with the spring outfit again. Probably the best one in my opinion. For now, we'll go with it. And got Maraudon, of course. And we're ready to go, of course, also. Got a little blue Rotom phone case. So let's get going out to the area 2. Yeah, let's go area 2. This away. Now again, remember we can only catch 3 Pokemon per area. So now in the west, or in this area, south 2, we still can't quite catch anything. However, if we just wander up a little farther here, we can get ourselves into West Area 1. With these challenge rolls, not as worrisome about running into random Pokemon before you catch something, so you know, we're able to just kind of travel freely here. The catch rolls, other than of course only being able to catch one type of Pokemon, the other rolls being mostly just the first one we encounter has to be the one we choose. We can't go, you know, searching for a perfect one or anything like that. That and just the again, the restrictions on the amount per area. Those are really all there is. And when I say per area, I mean per province. Really, the south, east, north, and west provinces, three max, and then 2 in area 0. 12 Pokemon max in Paldea though, and then a maximum of 3 from every province, plus 2 in area 0, and of course altogether that would make 14. So you do have to choose what you're going to do there about that. That'll probably come into play for us in the north, I would imagine. Also in area 0, there may only be 1 catch for us, is in terms of mostly just getting Iron Bundle, I suppose, right? Might be some other water type, but I don't really think there's anything amazing. It's like Vaporeon, there's Golduck, we don't have to worry about that. But what we will do here is, I believe, look for our Meryl. Of course, it's not going to be in some random area, it's going to be near water. Getting into some tougher stuff here, though. That thing's level 14. Alright, it's a bit of a stretch. I mean, we're, you know, they're a bit higher level than us, but I think we'll be okay here. Should be able to find a Meryl here, though. Now, will be 1 in the west and 1 in the east if we go over there as well and get something. Same way we're doing here. Weasel's always an option. I think, yeah, or there you go, some Basculin. Shoot, if you didn't have one yet. You went Azrael first. Not seeing any yet, though. Haven't even seen Azrael, in fact. Oddly enough. Alright, we actually made our way up the whole way up to this Pokemon Center, so let's grab this. Actually, I'm going to fly back to Mesagoza real quick here. Are we going to talk to us when we know? Alright, again, Whiscash and Meryl were the 2 first ones I thought we would encounter. The next 2, I guess. So we'll see if that is the case. See if we can find a Meryl down here. Alright, now let's make our way up through into the east to Artisan and into the east. We're going to travel like the whole southern part of the map here. Real quick, searching for some Pokemon. Why not? Arvin could call us. Could almost take this Titan on, you know, with our water team. Huh. Should we try it? Get beat up too bad. I don't know. Is it level 10? No, I think it's level 16. So it may be a little tough. It made it easily to Artisan, of course. Get through here into then the east. Now this might be a little more questionable than West Area 1 because east could be looking at some high level stuff here. We got level 20 now. Okay. Alright. I think maybe we gotta just, I suppose, run with what we got. These being a little higher level, 20-ish. I think we're pretty much going to be stuck with maybe whatever we can find here for a 5th. And we're going to just have to go with that for now until maybe we, and that's only going to be, I don't know if we can even find a Meryl. If we can find Meryl, that'd be great. Barboach, maybe. I don't even know if we can find that, though. Maybe we look a little closer, we can see one of them popping up. Can't go in after him, but we can at least throw a Pokeball down there. Of course, you could always go with one of these, any of these other water-type Pokemon if you wanted to go that route, but we don't. I already chose which ones I wanted to catch. That's what we're going to go with. Alright, doesn't look like they spawn here either. Oh, that's an Arcuda there. Oh, Super Potion. Magikarp. Oh, look, we can make this jump, I think. Blah! Nice. Alright. Well, you know, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. And we're already here. We have some trainers to fight on the way, though. Let's fly back and fight all the trainers on the way to Portondo.